Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to take a quick minute here and give my first impressions with Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm not planning on doing a review per se. I'm not a video game reviewer. I'm a video game player, and I do long plays and that sort of thing. So I don't want to spoil any of this game. I myself am only about six missions in, so I still have a lot to go. I've been trying to pace myself. I don't want to go too far ahead. But I did want to talk about my thoughts and my recommendation on whether you should or should not buy this game. I'm going to get that out of the way first. Yes. Just buy it. Okay, on to the next bit. The gameplay is a lot different than we have come to see in other Doom titles. I'm sure everybody's talking about that. There was a live stream that Hugo Martin, Marty Stratton, and I bless him, I forget his name, but the marketing director, I believe, did. And they talked about how they always want to push the envelope. The goal is not to keep making Doom Eternal. They could make 20 Doom Eternals. They have the tools, they have the technology. They don't want to do that. They want to create a new, fresh experience, and I think they have absolutely delivered on that. The gameplay feels fantastic. It's at a good speed, I feel, just at the default settings, and you can tweak and play with the difficulty settings, the speed of demon attacks, the speed of projectiles, the damage done and received by the player, what health pickups and armor pickups and ammo pickups are worth. It's fantastic. I love how tweakable it is. I'm just trying to play the game on one of the set settings for my first playthrough, and then after I've beaten it and feel like I've mastered the game, I'll probably go back through and do a max sliders run or something like that. But it feels fantastic, and the game that comes the closest that I can think of is actually Elderborn. I've not done a video on Elderborn. I have had some footage of Elderborn. It's a fantastic game, but it is a first-person hack and slash. I used to think of it as first-person Dark Souls. It's not quite the same thing. It's got a similar system where you collect points, souls, grace, whatever you're going to call it, and with each enemy that you kill. And then when you die, you drop that, and you have one life to go back and grab it again before it's lost forever. But the combat is very fast. You can be swarmed by multiple enemies at a time. And the controls are very similar. You do have a dash, you've got a jump, but you have several different weapons, and the hit, parry, dodge flow that game has is, I think, the closest analog I've encountered in a first-person title to what Doom: The Dark Ages is doing. I'm just super thrilled with it. The gameplay is fantastic. Like I said, I've been trying to pace myself, and the only thing I can think of when I'm doing things like work is want to come back and play more. So I think that's a good indicator for me of how good a game is. It's really gotten its claws into me. The graphics are fantastic, of course, obviously. Presentation is phenomenal. I have not had any issues with the performance. I'm running a RTX 3070 Ti with 64 gigs of RAM, and I don't remember my processor. It's an i9 144 or something K. Which I've been told is a bad processor, but whatever. So I have a pretty moderate rig compared to what's out now, and I have been at 144 FPS, 1920 by 1080. I prefer frames over resolution personally, but it's been fantastic. I have not had a hiccup, a stutter, a hitch, a crash, any of that. I know a lot of people have been dealing with that. So far, so good. But like I said, I'm only about a quarter of the way into the game, so there are plenty of opportunities for things to happen. Last thing I want to touch on was the music. I absolutely love it. I'm just gonna go forward with that. My only complaint with the music is not anything to do with what it is, it's more what it isn't, and it's not Mick Gordon's sound. And that is not the fault of Finishing Move at all. They have delivered an excellent soundtrack that I have been listening to on loop. The only thing is it's not very memorable, in my opinion. But I don't mean that in a bad way. Again, it's kind of a weird thing to say. But it's not very memorable. And I think that's sort of an intentional on their part, because the gameplay is really frantic and frenetic, It looks very slow in the gameplay trailers. That is slowed down on purpose so that you can understand what's happening when you're in the game. It is fast. And so I feel like if the music had more going on, if the music commanded more attention, I should say, it would detract from the experience. I do wish that some of the tracks were more distinct. Like I said, I've listened to the 35 songs over and over and over since they unlocked for me the other day, and I love them. But I know the names, but I couldn't tell you what song is what. I just know, oh yeah, that's the one that kind of goes like this, and the other one that sounds the same but has a different name. They're trying to set a mood with it, and I think that they absolutely succeed. I think that they are really just a fantastic accompaniment to the action. I think that the folks at Finishing Move have really outdone themselves, and I don't blame Mick Gordon for not coming back. This one, holy crap, I mean, look at the stuff that id put him through. There were elements in the company that absolutely mistreated him. I think that Finishing Move did a fantastic job picking up the pace, trying to fill those shoes, those enormous, groundbreaking shoes, and did a very, very good job. I don't want to hear anybody hating on Finishing Move or this game soundtrack because it's phenomenal. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Absolutely pick this game up. Hard recommend. I will not be doing any videos on it, at least for a while. I want people to be able to go through the game spoiler free. I know the story I've been told is nonsensical and difficult to follow and has some crazy twists and turns. I haven't gotten to the crazy parts yet because I'm following the story, no problem. But like I said, only a quarter of the way through, so I'm very excited to see what would come through. And I would hate to have someone spoil it for me, and I don't want to do that to any of you. So thank you guys for checking this out. I just wanted to put out a little quick blurb, and I will see you in the next one.